People boarded Jeju Air Flight 702, excited to go home to South Korea after their vacations. The flight from Bangkok was normal. Families talked, kids slept, and the flight attendants got ready for a normal landing. As the plane came down towards Muan International Airport, everything seemed fine. Then at 9:03 a.m. local time, everything changed. The plane suddenly shook violently. Passengers held onto their armrests, scared. The plane, instead of landing smoothly, skidded off the runway. Sparks flew as metal scraped the ground. The plane slid towards a barrier, and there was a loud crash. People screamed as the plane hit the concrete wall, the impact throwing them from their seats. The smell of jet fuel filled the air, then the smell of smoke. Fire started, covering the broken plane. A normal flight had become a nightmare. It was December 29, 2024. This was South Korea's worst aviation accident in decades. Sirens wailed as firefighters, paramedics, and rescue workers rushed to the burning plane. The plane was a mess of metal and fire. The air was thick with smoke and the heat was intense. They had to work fast to find anyone alive. Firefighters sprayed water and foam to put out the fire. Rescue teams looked for survivors in the wreckage. The tail of the plane was mostly okay, and that gave them hope. 2 people, a passenger and a crew member, were rescued, hurt but alive. They were saved because the rescue teams were so fast. But as the smoke cleared, the terrible truth was clear. 85 people died in the crash. After the tragedy, the whole country was sad. Families of the victims were heartbroken. Investigators started to figure out what went wrong. The black boxes found in the wreckage held important information about the flight's last moments. People who saw the crash told scary stories. One person near the airport saw the plane wobble before it crashed. Another heard a loud bang when the plane hit the ground. The investigation looked at 2 things. Maybe a bird hit the plane, or maybe the landing gear broke. Early reports said the front landing gear didn't work right, which caused the plane to skid. The Jeju Air crash shocked South Korea. People questioned the airline, which used to be known for cheap flights. The government promised a full investigation to find out who was responsible. But for the families, nothing could bring back their loved ones. The crash reminded everyone that life is precious and that flying can be dangerous. The future would be hard, filled with sadness, anger, and the search for answers. People will always remember Flight 702. The country, united in sadness, promised to learn from this tragedy. South Korea would become stronger and flying would be safer, but the memory of December 29, 2024, would never go away.